My mom demanded my inheritance for my sister, so I handed her a jar of pennies instead. It was about 7:30 in the morning, and I was out at our feedlot feeding cattle while the tractor radio played. Dad walked up with that tight look on his face and said, "Someone's here to see you." Then he stared toward the driveway, so I already knew who it was. I climbed down and crossed the yard. A shiny Porsche was parked right on our gravel, dead center. My mom sat in the driver's seat with sunglasses on, hair done, and makeup way heavier than normal. I stepped up and said, "Hey, Mom." She looked me over, and her mouth twisted. "Those clothes are disgusting. Spit out that chew. You're embarrassing." I wiped my hands on my jeans. "I'm working. These are work clothes. What do you want?" She took a breath and tried to sound calm. "I need a favor. It's important." Then she said it fast, rehearsed. "Your sister is graduating this year. It's only fair you give her the money your grandpa left you. You don't need it anyway." She tapped her nails on the steering wheel and pointed at my tractor. "You already bought yourself stuff. She needs a real start." Then she added, "She wants a nice car for school. She shouldn't have to struggle when you have all that sitting there." I almost laughed because, of course, that's why she came. Grandpa set up $25,000 for each of his grandkids. You got it at 18, but only if you finished high school or got a GED. After my parents divorced, Mom tried to get Grandpa to include her other kids too, my half-brother and half-sister, and she wanted him to add extra for them. Grandpa told her no. He said his money was for his actual grandkids. She pushed, and it turned into this whole ugly fight. Grandpa got so fed up that he took the money that had been meant for her kids and put it into my account instead. Later, when Grandpa passed, Dad added some of his own inheritance to it. So when I graduated, the total was $93,000. I used $27,000 for a tractor, and the rest sits in savings. I also add to it from my paychecks. Mom didn't care about any of that. She just held out her hand through the window, acting like I owed her. So I said, "You want my inheritance?" Her face lit up. "Yes, your sister deserved it more than you do." "All of it?" "Every single penny," she said. "Hand it over." I nodded. "Okay, wait right here." She gave a short, impatient honk. I saw her pick up her phone and start typing with a smug little smile. I walked inside and grabbed something I'd been collecting since I was 12. It was a giant glass jar packed full of pennies. It was so heavy I had to hug it to my chest. When Dad saw it, his eyes went wide. Then he started grinning. I carried it back out. Mom saw the jar and her smile got even bigger. She clearly thought it was cash. I stopped by her door. "Just to be clear, you want every penny?" She rolled her eyes. "Yes, every penny. Now give it to me." I twisted the lid off and tipped the jar toward her hands. At first, a few coins dropped into her palms. Then the whole jar started dumping at once. Pennies poured out and bounced off her nails and sleeves. They clattered into her lap, into the car, and across the gravel. Some rolled under the Porsche. Some scattered into the grass by the driveway. Her face went blank for a second. Then she shrieked, "Stop! What are you doing?" I kept pouring. "Giving you every penny," I said. She jerked her hands away, but that just made the coins spray everywhere. She started grabbing at them, trying to scoop them back into a pile, but they kept sliding out of reach. "I meant the real money," she yelled. "The inheritance! The 93,000! I didn't slow down. "These are real pennies," I said. "This is what you asked for." Her makeup started streaking as she got sweaty and mad. A penny got stuck in her hair. Another bounced off her sunglasses and into the seat. "This is only a couple $100, she snapped, red in the face. "About 250, I said. She shook with rage. "You're trying to humiliate me. You owe your sister. You owe me. I'll get a lawyer. You're going to regret this." Dad was laughing so hard he had to sit on the porch steps. He was wiping tears off his face. That made her even angrier. She snapped her head at him, then back at me. "Fix this. Now." The jar was almost empty, so I lifted it higher and dumped the last coins out. The clinking finally stopped. I set the empty jar on the gravel and said, "You should have been more specific, Mom. Those are all the pennies from my inheritance I'm willing to give you." She opened her mouth again, but I pointed toward the road. "Get off our property right now, or I'm calling the sheriff for trespassing." She screamed something nasty, slammed her door, and fired up the engine. Then she peeled out, spraying gravel and leaving fresh tire marks as she sped off with pennies still rattling inside her Porsche. Now my mom's saying I humiliated her with pennies. Was I wrong?